friends, happy Monday. This is Kelly, also known as Kelly Bell Plans on Instagram, and I just wanted to pop in before we get into the main content of this video to welcome you to 2022. One of my goals is to hopefully post a little more regularly, so keep an eye out for that. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm starting out with completely redoing all of this, my craft room slash office. I do use this room as a shared function space, and it's been a struggle. So I'm redoing a reset. I've already reconfigured the furniture and layout for the office portion, and I am actually adding in a new hobby. So making space for that. This is going to be kind of just a baby step of organizing some planner supplies just to kind of cull things down, consolidate a little bit, and get better organized for the new year. So enjoy this video. Hope to see you again soon.
Hi friends, welcome to the floor of my office. If you follow me on Instagram, you may already know that I am in the process of cleaning and purging and reorganizing my entire office. And now I've gotten to my happy planner supplies. So we're doing a little cleanup. Let me show you what's going on. Okay, so my planner supplies have been living in that little cubby up there, haphazardly just like hanging out, and so I want to get them into one of these bin style containers. So I have a bin here. I've already started, so I've got some planners here. These are from past years, partially used. I do like to save the pages just, you know, in case I need a blank page or an unused page. It's a disaster back here, guys. This is all the things happening in the craft slash office room. But you can see I've got happy planner supplies out. So like I said, I've already started, but what I'm really trying to do is get all of my extra pages and planners to fit into this one box. So that is what I'm working on. Let's see how I do here. So here I go. So the first thing I did was start putting these blank pages into this huge expander disc notebook. I don't know if you guys have tried the expander discs. I have the plastic ones. I'm going to say I am not a fan. I love the extra capacity that it adds, but for some reason these plastic discs give me more trouble than any others. I feel like when I pull the paper in and out, it does start to tear the edge of the paper. So certainly the smaller plastic ones I have not had that much of an issue with. And of course the metal ones are primo. If I ever buy expander discs again, it will definitely be the metal ones. But I'm using what I have, using those plastic expander discs to store all of these extra blank pages that I, consult and pull into my planner every so often, including these kind of daily pages. I've got meal planning pages in there, just lots of extra pages that I have bought over the years from these expander packs, mostly as they go on sale, like at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. When new collections come out and old collections go on clearance, that's when I tend to gobble them up so that I have this nice little stash. You may also notice that I am using some extra like page bookmark, page lifters, however you want to call them, dashboard type, those hard plastic laminated pages. I am using some of those as dividers here because those also come out with different designs for various collections. And so my extras that are not currently in my planner right now are serving as some page dividers here. So what I'm putting in now is I just got this recently, a blank wellness insert. Excited to give that a try at some point. Just trying to consolidate all of those blank pages into this one notebook, which is quite the effort. You also saw I had one of those folder packs. I am storing some of the smaller pieces from those collections in those folders. I'm not going to touch the Disney collection, leaving that separate, but otherwise, if I can get it into this one notebook, that is what I am doing. So this particular notebook I'm flipping through at the moment is a brand new one that I bought on sale a while back. I have not even touched it. Honestly, it was on sale for such a good deal. It was cheaper to buy this blank notebook than to buy just rings. So I will do that sometimes if I find a really good deal. I'll buy a notebook whether I plan to use it or not, just because I want the rings or the cover. So those I'm putting into the box. You can't see that because it's off the screen, but the extra little ephemera things I'm putting into these folders, keeping all that Disney together. So that's kind of organized. Now I do have some of these half sheets. Those get a little bit tricky.
So you will see what I end up doing with those. Okay, friends, we have made progress, but we're not quite there yet. So I had everything in the bin. I've taken it out again to make some more space because I could not fit my mini Happy Planner things or my little half sheets, these guys in there. So I do want to make room for those. So those are two notebooks that I have not used. So one is a gratitude journal and the other is like a dashboard layout notebook. So those are already in there. This is my expander discs, which on the hyperlapsed sped up video, you may have noticed I was putting all of my blank pages in. So this is like extra like expander packs or just notebook paper that I have that's ready to go. So I wanted to have those in one book. So when I'm getting out, you know, project pages or extra pages, they're all together. Now this one, I just took some pages out of here. This is my Christmas planner. So it has one of the holiday inserts in there, as well as I have this home tab. This was a divider that I just put my own label on. And this has another expander pack for home things. Now I had a meal plan section here and there were some meal plan inserts in there. So I moved those over here so that all the home things are together now in here. So this is home inserts and my holiday planner, which only comes out, you know, in the fall when I'm planning Christmas. So those are pretty well set to go. These are some more blank pages that I could not fit in the expander disc book. So, you know, some are just task management type pages. These are undated weekly dashboard layout pages. So those are binder clipped together like that. And then this is an old dated insert. So it's unused. But the monthlies are dated. Now the individual pages are not, because this is just a to-do list layout. So, you know, I could still use these anytime. It's just that the dividers are dated. So these are all unused, more like filler paper. They're not fitting in a book right now. So either I will fit them in a book or I will just put them in as is like this. This is some used pages I just need to put in a reference folder. Now these are what I'm going to go through next. These are used planners. None of them are 100% used. Some of them are 75% used. Some are not very used at all. So I'm going to see what I can cull out of these just to create space, and maybe I can condense a few down and free up some rings for those ones that do not have a cover right now. So that is what I'm going to work on next, and we'll see how I do. All right, here we go. Round 2. So first I'm going through this wellness journal. I did use this one on and off throughout the year. So I put all the year back together because I did have December out from my most recent iteration of my Franken planner. So I put that back in there. And you can see here, I've definitely used some pages, but there's a lot that's not used. So I'm keeping it together for now, just so that it's in order. When I go back and use dated pages, I try to find any week that the number of the date lines up. It's easier to white out the month than it is the numbers. And so I keep them in order, so it's just easy for me to flip through and find the ones that I want later on. So I am calling out a few pages here that I know I wouldn't use again. And so now I'm actually going back to those blank pages in the expander disc file book, I'll call it, because I realized that dated planner is the exact same layout as this undated 3 or 4 month pack that I had bought. So what I did was move those blanks into that dated planner in a separate section, and that way I have all of the pages with the same exact layout together in one book, some old dated ones that I can relabel and use, and then I have these undated ones that I can label and use. So now I have an entire wellness book, which is fun. So now I'm moving on, and it's so fun when we flip through our older planners so I can see all the things that were happening, the stickers that I was using that year. This one was actually my 2020 planner, and this was my 2021 planner. So I'm just kind of doing a flip through to see if that's worth taking apart or leaving together. I am pulling December out. It was still in my Franken planner for 2022, so I'm moving that over so that all of my 2021 is together. Now I'm going to label them So I decided not to break these apart since I did have quite a few pages in there used. So I'm just using Post-its to label on the cover what is what with these planners, and that way when I'm flipping through my box, I know which ones I want to grab to look for pages versus which ones are more referent from previous years. And lastly, I'm moving some papers into this file. So what I do is for any like project notes or things like that that are not date specific that I may use again or go back to, I've been putting them in that folder, and that way I don't have to remember which planner they're in if it was a date related thing. I know, hey, if it's a project, let me go to that folder and look for it there. Now this particular book has a variety of different inserts. So I am out of dividers. I'm just using Post-it notes to divide up the sections with the different styles of inserts. So again, when I look in my bin from the top, if I'm looking for that particular type of insert, it's really easy for me to know which book to grab and where to flip to. So Post-its for the win. This is really working out great. Okay, and to wrap things up, I'm back in that expander disc file. I did have some to do like checkbox style pages I could not fit in here previously, but now that those wellness blank pages are out, I could fit them in, so I put them in there. Now all my blank lined, dot grid, etc. is together. Lastly, I'm going through these last two little planners. I was going to disassemble these and recapture the space, but you guys, these are my daughter's first planners. It's adorable to see her little sketches and notes. She didn't use them a whole lot, but I just couldn't bring myself to disassemble them yet. So I'm just going to label them and put them in the bin, keep them for another day. Okay, friends, I'm only human. I was able to consolidate a bit more. So all of my happy planners are in here. Now this is not, obviously the one that I'm using right now. These are all either used older ones that are archived or those blank sheets. I've got two folders. I did leave all the Disney stuff together in the Disney folder. I am using a Disney planner this year, so I wanted to kind of keep that separate. But that's all my, planner pages and such in this bin. I did end up putting the mini happy planner in its own box. This box is far from full, so there is room in there for some other things. And then here's all my happy planner sticker books I have collected over the years. So that is the happy planner collection, cleaned out, consolidated somewhat, and reorganized. So that is part of the step of reclaiming this office space. Now, lest you think that is all my planner supplies, oh, don't worry. There's far, far more for us to go through. So stay tuned. I think this is definitely going to be a huge process going through my office and all these supplies I've collected over the years, but we'll see how it turns out. Have a good one, guys.